Nobody knows me. Nobody knows me. It's no good when we're misunderstood. Why should I care what the world thinks of me? Or let a stranger give me a social disease. Nobody knows me.
My life on the X list.
But she's all limbs, kind of like a tarantula. Crossed with a horse, like a horse angela.
Horse angela.
Or like if a horse fucked a tarantula. You know, in a good way. So she comes out, and you know how, have you noticed how she walks everywhere as if she's on a runway in Milan? Did you see her walking out of jail like it was a fucking catwalk? Everywhere she has that crazy walk. So she comes out, and I swear to God, the walk is just like this. It's just like she just left the stable, and it's just funny, right? So she gives her a little speech, and of course it's like, thanks you guys, that's hot, I'm hot, I'm really hot, I'm really hot. It was a sound only dogs could hear from miles away. Somewhere in the hills was a coyote going, whoop, whoop, whoop. But the best part was, after her speech, and they didn't show this on the show, and I'll never know why producers do this, but they cut it out. It was so funny. Okay, so afterwards, because, like I said, she didn't go to rehearsal, she couldn't figure out which way to exit the stage. Now, I'm not a genius, but I entered from over there. Let's see. I'll probably leave that way. There's this moment, you guys, it went on and on, where she was like, thanks, you guys. Okay, so then I was due to present next. So I was like, sweet, because you have to realize, for me, those moments are indeed a gift from little baby Jesus. With a big red bow on it, okay? So I go out next, and of course I have to do an impression of her walking around in the room. Kills. Until I remember that I then have to run into her 90 seconds later in the fucking hallway, you know? Which I never think of when I'm making movies. I always kind of forget that part. So I walk backstage, she's just giving me the evil eye. And let me just say this, the more I meet these really famous people, the more I find they're exactly the way you would think. Which I love, because they spend all their time doing interviews saying, you know, oh, I'm nothing like that, or the press painted that picture of me, or my personal favorite, which is, I was edited to look that way. Now, you can't pull that shit with me, because I have a reality show, and if anything, on my show, you know, they edit me to look nicer. Don't pull that Omarosa shit with me, okay? So, I go backstage, and there she is, like every picture you've ever seen of her on that fucking pink sparkle phone. Not that long, right? And I'm looking at her and thinking, who the fuck is she always talking to? Even Paris Hilton can't be talking to someone that much. You know, half the time on the other line is, the time is 10 p.m. All right, maybe sometimes she's talking to her friend Nicole Richie. If you puke, you don't have to keep the baby, you'll be thin again. I know. What? What did I say? I know. It is astounding though, isn't it, that Nicole Richie can be pregnant?
That's scary.
I know. That kid's gonna weigh more than she does.